for Onic. The Fanny's up for grabs. They have an Angela. They have the setup for the Paquito as well. Very strong side laner who can get a lot of pressure to deal with the threats of the invade from Kaja Fredrin. Here though, AudiTZ facing my idol, Keyboy, fills me with excitement. There you go. So, it's like a modern day Keyboy wrecked kind of thing. Keyboy, back in the day, his idol was wrecked. Now it's Audi, it's Keyboy. Just different times, different generation of players.
He's relaying that torch that was given, you know, as an idol. He was idolizing Wrecked, and now it's gonna be AudiTZ idolizing Keyboy, of course. But the Barret's gonna be picked up, and it's gonna be a Ruby. So, yeah, the possibility of Angela mid would always be there. But I think in this scenario, they're gonna be more onto CW centric. This playstyle is gonna be stacked and layered with the protection coming in from the Angela or from the Ruby as well. Boots will just do his own thing.
I think Boots will build damage, right? I think it just makes sense. Ruby, Barats, enough tank, enough sustain. So Paquito, the side laners, Paquito and Claude will deal damage. And I think, you know, I think I've shared my fair share about I dislike Angela mid. Maybe Onic can prove me wrong.
Yeah. We've been proven wrong a lot, by the way. But for Rebellion, Gord could be a possible answer. For Onic, they don't really have a crazy dive, and even the dive that they have could be cancelled out. But oh, it's a Luoyi!
Oh, Lord.
Expected Gord, we get another front-to-back mid laner, but one that we have never seen in Season 13. One that has been buffed, by the way. But just we haven't seen it in pro play. My lord.
That's insane, Luoyi. Now, Miracle, talk to me about how this Luoyi can really achieve success, especially when you talk about front to back. How is it going to really be able to input the damage needed to bring Rebellion to victory?
Well, why you want to pick a Luoyi is usually up against a composition with low range.
Yep.
And they've got it. They got the criteria done. They have the requirements for the Luoyi. Onic are most probably going to be crumping up as well as a team. They want to play it front to back up until Claude dives in. So if Luoyi can poke them down before they initiate, before they can get behind, Rebellion have a solid composition to beat Onyx.
They need to be aware of the Luoyi. It could be a cheese pick, of course. But here we go back to the Land of Dawn for today's first match. It's gonna be the Yellow Porcupines Onic against the Blue Bulls Rebellion Esports. Already in fight. And yeah, they have to be able to utilize this Luoyi pick, but they still have that kind of that insurance in the hands of the carry and the Kaja.
And I think what this lineup here, imagine Luoyi, imagine Sui Low popping the ult of Luoyi, backdoor with carry.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's their main goal, but it's a possibility if there's a window.
There's always that possibility with the teleport, a team teleport too, basically a mini chip before we get to see the real chip later on. But let's take a look at the emblems here by GamesMax. Moai on the Brave Smite, very typical. Vincent with the Inspire, not the Thrill, and Swalo doing the same thing with the Inspire. And Lethal Ignition as the choice of emblem, deal a bit more damage. Up top, this is what we expect from this lane. Moai over D, whoa.
Let's see, CW now, caught in a sticky situation, has the BMI though, this time to escape.
Gets unstretched. Yeah, early aggression as well. Now the problem, I think that has to be answered by Rebellion is who is really gonna be able to match Boots in that side lane? Because they can't really keep sending, you know, Moai in the side lanes, Miracle.
That's the weakness of Rebellion's comp. They're really good at neutral objectives, they're really good at team fights, but when it comes down to the side wave pressure, it'll be all Onic. They have a Claude, they have a Paquito, and on top of that, they have an Angela. So you're most likely going to see the Angela in the side over the Paquito because he has that global ultimate, wants to use the global pressure of the Angela as much as he can. Turtle's about to spawn, Barats is already bought, forcing a flicker from Cars very early on. That sets up for a great turtle take for Onic.
Sounds looking for the hard guard here. Seems like no setup just yet.
First to the objective, it's going to be Kyrie Boots. Of course, he has to be able to participate in the team fights in the early stages. Hard guard pop though.
Oh, with the Lapu Lapu now, with the bravest fighter. No, it's gonna be Cars. Lapu Lapu actually finds the first blood. Keyboy looking to reposition. Vincent finds a retribution as well. Kyrie now. The Dino. Oh no. He's stuck, isolated, and Vincent grabs another kill. That's a very good early game from Rebellion Esports.
Oh no, Onic fumble the early turtle. This could be the pressure point that Rebellion has been seeking for.
Same now, 2v1, but it seems like, yeah, they will not commit. They don't have enough firepower to commit on towards Vincent, but what an early game, 1,000 gold already.
I think Onic really dropped the ball there as to what they're like. The plan for Onic here is to play with the side lanes, is to play individually with these heroes. The Paquito we mentioned, the Angela, utilizing the map pressure. Rebellion have the better team fight. I don't think there's any way for Onic to win in a full-on fight if they don't flank. And in the first few neutral objectives, it's very tough to ask for that, to ask for a flank. Boots was looking for it, but Cars had the better position to stop that from happening. And what ended up happening was Sway Low early on with the Luoyi. That threat is a bit too much to handle. Onic needs to hold their ground, wait for their power spike, and then they can try to attempt the team fight. But for now, it's a bit too early, and we saw exactly why it was too early.
They needed that damage from the Paquito as well, so Boots was present in the team fight. But the problem, of course, is that sometimes when the gold-centric type of playstyle fails, you're always going to have Sans bursting as the carry type of mage. But now the problem is he's going to play this Angela. Of course, he will be embedded that more supportive role, but oh, here comes an engage!
No chance for Boots to escape there. Good proactiveness from Rebellion.
Subversion of expectation, beautifully done by Rebellion. Usually, the template movement for a mid laner is you clear the mid lane, get the prio, then rotate. They don't care about the mid lane prio. They have an ultimate that grants you teleportation around the map. Might as well just use it for ganks. Ganks and kills over the minions in the mid lane. And a bonus for Rebellion is Onic don't even have a mage that can capitalize on the fact that the mid lane gets left open. It's an Angela.
And defended on towards Stu, stunned up here in the front side. Kaja will be taken out here, but Vincent! What a retribution again! Now on the backside, you can see Moai taken down, and Onic now, they are looking for retaliation. Though Boots has to be taken down. As it seems like now Onic stabilizing in the backside of the map. It's another trade for a Rebellion.
Vincent, dubbed the middle of the pack jungler, his retributions has been on point. Always able to contest the objectives. And so far, he has been this foundation and enabling the movements of Rebellion all around the map.
That's the thing about Vincent, right? You give him a hero like the Fredrin, a Barat, any utility, as long as he can get in, and it's a 50-50, wait!
Oh, the Divine Judgment is nasty. CW has no sprint, and he will be taken out again. Rebellion playing this early game to perfection.
This is the tempo you have to utilize up against Onic. You can't let the analysts talk. You can't let Onic think. That's the same idea in Cars now. He does have the bravest fighter, so he's not in any risk of dying. But to go back to the point earlier, Vincent, this guy, he may be a middle jungle, like a very average jungle when it comes to hero pool, etc. But when it comes to Retri, he's a top dog for sure. Get him in these team fights, get him to a spot where he can 50-50. And it's not really 50-50, is it?
And Onic can't really clump up as well if they really want to, because the pressure has been so crazy from Rebellion. And then when they split up, it's just going to be trouble for them.
Oh, good taunt. Hard guard now forced. Will use the ult to escape, and that's info for Rebellion. Another small win for Rebellion down in the mid.
The question now becomes, how does Onic respond to the pickoffs coming in from Rebellion? Because their pickoff, this has been a flexible draft coming from Rebellion Esports. They're able to pick off, they're able to really contest the team fights. Onic seems to not have the answer in the laning phase so far.
No, they really don't. Right now, they are trying to use that global presence with the Angela in the bottom lane, but if they continue to fight like this, it's not going to work in their favor. They were waiting for a power spike, but that power spike is now even further away from them compared to that early game, because Rebellion,
good diversion. Keyboy though now soaking a lot of damage, but it seems like now with the flicker, Keyboy will survive. But Cars responds with another flicker, and Keyboy gets taken out. Take a look at Kyrie now with no help whatsoever. He gets taken down as well. That's another 2 free kills for Rebellion.
Vincent is his name. Mega kill is his game. Has been very proactive. And so far, Onic is just crumbling.
Another nasty kill. Rebellion, what are you guys cooking?
Onic are all over the place. And that's due to Rebellion's crazy tempo. We mentioned this earlier. You cannot let Onic or give Onic time to think. You need to constantly be in their face and fight when you have a lead. And that's what they're doing. They're doing that to perfection. They're doing things the awesome way. With the Samsung Galaxy A55, you guys can do the same thing at home.
Yep, of course. With the specs as well, you could achieve that perfection. And so far from Rebellion, they have been playing this draft immaculately. It's not a type of a, misexecution coming from Rebellion. And now Onic, they are left behind so far. 5.1k up for Rebellion. How do they come back and how do they respond from this? Because in terms of pick-offs, in terms of team fights, it has always been very, very hard for Onic to respond.
Right now, all they can do is look for scraps around the map. For Claude, he can go and take these side lanes. Same thing for Boots. But they've also lost a bit of that 1v1 pressure and the side lane split push pressure that they would have if they didn't take these fights early on, right? CW is so far behind compared to Moai. And even Boots, I don't even think he can 1v1 Cars at this point. Cars is a bit too far ahead, 204 compared to 131, 2 whole levels ahead of Boots. And Boots is playing the Paquito like a enabler fighter, like a playmaker. He's constantly looking for team fights with his team instead of utilizing this hero that is known to get advantages individually in the lane. He has the same old playstyle, but with a different style hero in that XP.
We could argue as well that Onic doesn't really have the much engage compared to Rebellion. They only have the pull maybe and a few stunts in their disposals. But now the Lord is going to be the object of contention from both sides. As Kyrie, he can't even get in the Lord pits. It's going to be Cars always being able to zone him out. And there, and dog and dog fight up there. But Auditizi, of course, also fishing for an angle.
Well, let's see. Vincent comfortably takes the Lord now. Let's see, it's a 5v4. And Rebellion, they want war. Onic falling back, but it seems like they will have enough space to take the retreat. Rebellion, man, what an execution.
And man, their wave clear isn't too good. So even if Rebellion, even if they take it back now a step, they try to slow down the tempo of the game, it might be a bit too late, honestly, for Onic, because usually for Onic, they would always have a plan B. This plan B in the game for Onic is CW. He's not online, not yet at least. He's still on the way to the Golden Staff, so he's not going to be able to shred down Rebellion. And because Rebellion are so far ahead, you can see with the anti-cuirasses, with the blade armor too, CW is going to have to wait for that power spike to hit for even longer. He doesn't need to wait for the Golden Staff, he needs now to wait for the Malefic Roar. And I don't even know if he wants to risk going for Malefic Roar 4th item. There's so much damage coming in, you can expect something like an Athena Shield or a Wind of Nature. So he might have to use that 4th slot of items in his inventory for a defensive item. So that will prolong his power spike even further.
So let's talk about power spikes as well. 10 minutes. And the base is under siege. Rebellion so far, perfect play. And we could argue that this could be, some sort of a lucky game for Rebellion, but they have been able to get their hands on the objectives, on the kills. And look at the turrets as well. Untouched, only up in the XP lane, or in the gold lane rather. A few scraps in that turret, but so far Onic wasn't really able to push up to exert the pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first time of Luoyi in MPL 80 Season 13 since we saw Luoyi. It was used 742 days ago.
That's centuries ago.
Oh, oh! It's an average play, Kyrie now isolated, and Moai will take and secure the kill. Rebellion, they're looking for more as there are no clear front lines. It seems like they will reset. That's another good win, but it seems like another Divine Judgment now on towards Keyboy. Another member of Onic will fall, and Rebellion, they move onwards.
Uncharacteristic from Onic, not being able to respond to all the engagers coming in from Rebellion. And so far they're crumbling. Losing top turret, can't do much more other than just wait for a power spike that is, we don't even know when it's gonna come.
If Onic can think about what's gonna happen next, sure, they will be able to predict it. They will be able to have measures, countermeasures against it. But the thing is, Rebellion are not giving them time to think when you would usually expect, all right, this is a time where Lord isn't there. There's no way someone would diversion into the base. Brother, they did it. Rebellion are playing towards their identity. that blue bull strategy. Just charge, bro.
Damage dealt from Suelo, 58k. It's a huge gap, a huge margin, and this Luoyi has been proving to be a perfect pick. And what really enables this Luoyi? Why is it so perfect in the hands of Rebellion?
Well, again, Onic, all of their the whole comp has a low range. No one can really hit them from afar, and no one can even flank. No one can dive really with the help of Akaja, a Fredrin. There's so much CC in the way of a possible flank even that Luoyi just gets to free hit all around. This is the perfect game to pull off a Luoyi for Rebellion, and they picked it up when they needed it. It's a diversion play again towards the bottom lane. So even the global pressure of the Angela, the split push pressure of a Paquito and Claude,
Meaningless.
it's meaningless when you're up against a Luoyi who is 2-0-7. A normal Luoyi, sure, you can still make do. If you're equal, you can still make do. This is a 10,000 gold lead, guys, for Rebellion. If you take a look at the items, it's looking horrible for Onic. And yes, CW has to go for Wind of Nature. He has to go for a defensive item. So like I said, he is still pretty far away from that Malefic Roar now. He's only completed the Wind of Nature. Rebellion.
Cancelled out though with the flicker. Divine Judgment will still connect though. The damage will burst Keyboy down. It's 5v4 plus Zilor. Can Onic hold on? Rebellion looking to hold on and looking to stabilize, but the lower down will be taken and down for Onic. Oh, Onic will lose his mortality, and Onic will try to defend for their lives here as the Rebellion will not be greedy. They will fall back.
They have the heal, they have the sustain, but they don't have the damage to push through. And Rebellion has been so mature.
Ooh.
Starting from the drafts, but
Diversion.
teleport below.
The aversion play, disgusting. But now Boots will not be able to hold on to damage. He will be taken down. I'm offended by Keyboy. This might be huge, but it seems like the damage from Luoyi will be massive. And
CW?
Rebellion, they're looking for the end.
Damage.
CW, with the help of the hard guard,
The end.
will not be able to hold on as the first game will fall to the hands of the Blue Bulls.
The winning moment by Samsung Galaxy. That was insane. The Blue Bulls strike first. Onic was left speechless. They couldn't do anything to respond to the versatility, to the immaculate playstyle brought upon by Rebellion.
Left speechless is one thing. They were left thoughtless. They could not think for a single second in that game. The adaptive playstyle, the way that they used to play, could still be seen a bit, but when you have that style of tempo, when you're always pushing on the gas pedal, when you're always in the enemy base with a diversion, always constantly looking for different angles to attack, yeah, no, you're not going to be able to think, you're not going to be able to adapt. You need time to adapt, and time was not given to Onic. Rebellion played their cards perfectly, went to